They come from South Africa but reign over global luxury. Starting with just a few cigarettes, they have built one of the most powerful empires in the world. Cartier, Montblanc, Van Cleef, it all belongs to them. This is the story of Africa's richest family. It all started with one man, Anton Rupert. He is known as an Afrikaner, a white South African of Dutch origin. The son of a pharmacist and a chemistry graduate from Pretoria, he started manufacturing cigarettes during World War II. A small artisanal tobacco factory that, against all odds, grew into a colossal empire, the Rembrandt Group. Over the years, Anton Rupert's company conquered the mining, agri-food and finance sectors before taking the European luxury market by storm. In the 1980s, with apartheid, South Africa was under pressure. The United States threatened to freeze South African assets and the government blocked money transfers abroad. So Anton Rupert handed over the reins to his son Johan, a banker in New York with one mission: to protect the empire. The Rembrandt Group split into two. On one hand, Rothmans International, which was one of the largest cigarette manufacturers at the time, and on the other, a new Swiss holding company, Richemont, with which he invested heavily in renowned luxury brands. Implanted in Geneva, Richemont quickly became a powerhouse. The company was listed on the Swiss Stock Exchange in 1988 and swiftly climbed the rankings of luxury giants. In 1993, it became the majority shareholder in the jewelry brand Cartier, then bought Vacheron Constantin in 1996 and the prestigious Van Cleef & Arpels in 1999. At that time, Richemont established itself as the new face of European luxury. And Johan Rupert realized that the future of luxury lay in Asia. So he opened stores everywhere: China, Korea, Hong Kong, Singapore, and focused on digital long before his competitors. An inveterate businessman, Johan Rupert did not stop there and restructured Richemont, focusing its activities on two pillars: jewelry and luxury watches. Today, the group owns Montblanc, Dunhill, Chloé, IWC, Jaeger-LeCoultre, Panerai, Alaya, and Roger Dubuis. In 1995, Richemont briefly ventured into media with Nethold, a television group that merged with the French mega group Canal+, then into e-commerce with Yux Net-a-Porter, before selling its shares and returning to its roots: craftsmanship and discreet luxury. As a result, Richemont is now the world's third largest luxury group behind LVMH and Hermes, but ahead of Kering with a market capitalization of over $100 billion. Johan Rupert, nicknamed Rupert the Bear, owns 10% of the capital but controls 50% of the votes and therefore remains the strongman on the board of directors. In 2025, his fortune is estimated at $14.6 billion by Forbes, making him the richest man in South Africa and one of the most influential billionaires on the continent. In South Africa, the Ruperts remain extremely powerful through Remgro, a group that invests in key sectors such as energy, telecommunications, healthcare, agriculture, and banking. They also wield considerable political influence there. Although discreet, they have always maintained strategic relationships with those in power, whoever they may be. And what about philanthropy? Well, Anton Rupert co-founded the WWF and the Peace Parks Foundation, two NGOs dedicated to environmental protection and sustainable development. His son Johan is a major art collector and co-founded the Michelangelo Foundation, which supports exceptional artisans. An empire built on cigarettes, consolidated in luxury, and anchored in finance, nature, and power.